during the national anthem and then right before the start of the second quarter. In terms of vibes in the building, I know, Cameron, you weren't in the building, but you watched it on TV. Perk, you were there. Do you feel like the vibes at the Garden lived up to the hype?
No, listen, I'm telling you, I was waiting for that moment yesterday. I was waiting to go in Madison Square Garden. People were texting me. Man, some of my partners and family members, they said, you know what, this is a dream of
Austin
mine.
Reeves back in the lineup.
To go experience a playoff game in Madison Square Garden, let alone the finals. I was expecting it to be rocking. And I'm just saying, from what I didn't experience in my playing days, playing for Boston, playing for OKC, last night was a disappointment for me. I ain't gonna lie. No matter what happened, maybe it was because, President Trump was in there. I don't know. But the energy wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be hearing name calling. I thought I was gonna be hearing a whole lot of, they came up with some chants every now and then for about 30 seconds, but it wasn't really nothing aggressive. You know what I mean? It wasn't really
positive
just
impact.
It wasn't. If I was a player,
I think we all just
you know what I mean?
stuck together and just kind of
and energy. I just didn't seem better, and I didn't seem more.
Cameron?
I wasn't there.
Okay, he wasn't there, but let me just tell you, you walked in and you were like, the vibe shifted. You did say you felt that.
Because what I'm saying is this, right? Stephen A., you did a list yesterday. And what I think is this, right? New York has the #1 fan base in the city. In the arena, it's something different. See, that was the conversation when you was up there with Wilby yesterday and you was talking about it. When you're in the arena, it may not be the same atmosphere on the street. You go on the street, it's dangerous.
It is.
It's dangerous on the street.
Playoffs is so much different. Nothing like it. You played 2 games, and it's going to be hard.
You got to move around right.
Yeah.
But an arena's a different story. So when you do this list, I'm sitting here saying, this is a really good question because are we talking about the city as a whole or are we talking about the arena? Me and Perk was just talking about when you go to OKC, right? And I'm just telling you I didn't go to OKC before. Everybody's putting a shirt on. So when you're watching it on TV, it's color coordinated.
Spurs too.
Spurs too. You know what I'm saying? You put them shirts on. Nobody's putting the shirts on. When you get to the Garden, they're like, man, I came in LV, Gucci. Nobody's doing all that. So, no, I'm just saying because we're real fashionable when it comes to that. They're not putting on a shirt. From TV, it looked live. It looked really live. But how I'm going to sit here and argue with somebody who was actually there. Now, Stephen A., you were there. You tell me your opinion on it.
But the problem was outside of the Garden.
Hit one by the Spurs. Here we go.
Prior to last night. It was the whole city buzzing. It was everywhere you went. It was the congestion. It was people looking forward to the watch party. It was folks outside. Our man Russ over here could tell y'all that, diehard Knicks fan himself. It was the people outside setting the stage for those inside. And Cameron alluded to it during the break, but I'm going to confirm it for him. The stars are the stars, and we love them being there because they're real. Unlike a lot of other places, the stars at the show up, when you see the Chris Rocks, the Spike Lees, the Ben Stillers of the world, the Timothy Chalamets and all these, they're real big-time basketball fans. John Turturro, Tracy Morgan, John Turturro, Fat Joe. I mean, they ain't fake, phony Knicks fans. These are the real deal. Please don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of corporate stuff. This is why
Brunson finds Towns.
like I got on Trump. You understand what I'm saying? But the real culprit in all of this is Dolan. Because Dolan invited him. Let's be very clear. Trump, you're the president of the United States. You've been a lifelong Knicks fan. You've been going to their games. All these just, I tell people this all the time. You don't hear me engaging in the name calling and the histrionics and all this other stuff because we knew Trump before he ran for president. We knew him. I was on the phone with him when he wanted to buy the Buffalo Bills. I was on the phone with him when he said, yo, the price tag is $1.4 billion. They only had, according to them, the NFL, they only had 1.1. And Trump said in 2014, Stephen A., I've said it 1,000 times on the airwaves. I'll say it again to everybody that don't know. He says, Stephen A., if them MFers get in my way and stop me from buying the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to get them all back. I'm going to run for president.
Perform.
That's what he said. And sure
not
enough,
just performing, playing well, making shots.
That's what he did. So our history goes back. Trump has been in Knicks game. He's hosted fights at his casinos. We all knew him. My point is that because you're a native New Yorker, because you from Queens, because you know you breed orange and blue, and you know what that's about. How the hell could you interrupt that momentum that the New York Knicks carried in game 3? How dare you? And then this damn Dolan. You understand? The dude that was
magnificent performance here in return to Salt Lake City.
Okay, quickly, then we gotta go.
The Trump no, we ain't rushing. Wait. Listen and wait. Okay. The Trump administration announced on May 20th that the federal government committed $8 billion to overhaul Penn Station. See what I'm saying? With Dolan, that's what it all comes. What has been the argument against Dolan for years? The business of Madison Square Garden got in the way of basketball.
1, 2, 3.
That was the any Knick fan will tell you that. Okay,
hit, 2, 3.
But Knick fans who are sitting courtside could never say that publicly because Shay, I don't know if you know this, he'll take their tickets away. If you got one of those dudes courtside and they ruffle his feathers, he will not allow you back in the building. They know it. That's why you never hear anybody talking about the New York Knicks as a season ticket holder, because he'll confiscate them. You understand? This is what he does. And I'm saying all of these people that were lamenting this about this man, business gets in the way. Finally, you do something right. You bring Leon Rose. You bring World Wide West. You get a guy like Jalen Brunson. You build a team around him. For once in this man's life, he's getting positive pub.
Captain Clutch, 15
He ruins it because he goes and he invites the president. Why? Couldn't you win a tip? You ain't win the tip. Remember, his daddy used to run it. Charles Dolan was running the Knicks all of those years that the New York Knicks were getting to the conference finals, a couple of NBA finals going up against Jordan. That was Charles Dolan. Daddy handed his boy this franchise. He didn't earn it. Now, he knows what he's doing in business. Now, he knows how to make money. But it was handed to him. And when it comes to basketball, business, which
1, 2,
Dolan
3.
is very astute
Hit.
at,
Come on, 1. Hey, put the stick in his gap.
the way of basketball. This is the latest example. So I'm not just talking about Trump. I'm talking about his ass, Dolan, that dude right there, getting in the way. And if the New York Knicks end up losing this series, let me tell you something right. The Heat, Dolan, keep in mind, I'm the dude that called for him to be protested. Protesters was getting ready to show up outside of Madison Square Garden the day he hired Phil Jackson. Little did I know he's going to hire him to be the executive and not the damn coach. You understand? I wanted the coach. I didn't want the executive. But he got Phil Jackson to stave off those protests that was coming outside of Madison Square Garden.
Confidence or your belief.
The winning streak is now
because
7.
you want to sit up there and schmooze with the president. You already got billions now. You want to schmooze with the president? You get in the way of this damn championship. Ain't going to hear the end of it from me. I'm telling you that right now. You ain't going to hear the end of it from me. You think I'm loud now. You wait. They better not blow this series. We're talking sports. This is basketball. This is Dolan. More so than Trump. Trump just bad luck right now. But Dolan, this is really him. And by the way, it wasn't just Trump looking like he was sleeping. That was Dolan right next to him. And he didn't look awake either. Ain't that your team? Let's go to break.
Coming up, Karl Anthony Towns playing last night's loss was, let's just call it less than stellar. We'll tell you why it was not his fault.